What's up, Virgos? Welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another video. Welcome to Zen in the Void. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. We're just going to do a quick reading for Spirit Wants You To, right? So it's whatever Spirit wants you to do. This is kind of impromptu. I decided not to go on a set schedule because I am kind of focused on myself right now in life right now. I feel like a lot of Virgos are going through that at this time. We always go through that kind of hermit phase, and that's just what happens. So the space is already being cleansed. I prayed before I started. I'm going ahead and shuffle these cards up. I'm not sure what's gonna come out, honestly. Like, nothing really came to me. Besides just the fact that, and this wasn't really intuitive, I just kind of noticed that a lot of Virgos are going through a hermit phase right now, and myself as well. So that could be going on with a lot of Virgos right now. I just saw 111 on the time. So that number usually kind of talks about your thoughts creating reality. So just keep an eye on your thoughts. I just saw 123 on the time, so we're definitely completely on point with that message, which is amazing. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Zen Leo, and I am a intuitive life coach, and I also do intuitive tarot readings. I am a medium, meaning I can communicate with spirits on the spirit realm, and many different kinds of guides. Whether you have star family, all kinds of guides, I can communicate with them. And I do a lot of things. So just if you want to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe, and then join our family. You'll learn a lot. We're 2 minutes in, so we're just going to get into the read because I want this to be fairly quick. All right, Spirit, for the sign of Virgo, what do you want Virgos to do right now? Wow, okay. Oh, wow, okay. How did I flip this over? I wonder if any other Virgos out there are feeling mentally clouded. There's a lot of mental cloudedness. Wow, okay. This is very interesting so far. Yeah, I spoke it up. So in the more past energy, we have the 5 of Wands. This card is about conflicts. Having conflicts, issues, disagreements with people. So there could have been some type of conflict in the recent past, that happened in your life, Virgo. So let's go a little further and see what's going on. You got the Aeon in reverse. So that lets me know that instead of having some type of awakening, some type of reckoning and clarity and realization about something, there could be this more kind of reverse energy for this. So I'm pulling out the helper card so we can get some more info. This card in the reverse just leads me to believe that vibe where I said lots of cloudiness. There could be a lack of self-awareness, lots of doubt, lots of just doubting for the self. And I feel like that's why a lot of Virgos could be in hermit mode right now as we speak, because usually we're super confident. I think I'm feeling like something may have happened to some of you where it kind of just I don't want to say threw you off your game, but it definitely threw a wrench in your plans where, there's something that kind of just throws you off or just kind of confuses things. There's something in life, right? And you got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I think that's very interesting coming out in the reverse because there's this feeling of having no control. Clinging to control and having bad luck because of that. So instead of just kind of going with the flow and going with the tide, you're kind of going against it because you want to be in control, Virgo. So I just heard in the dark. So a lot of us, I think at this time could be going through this whole, I know I am. So, I feel like a lot of you could be also going through this because that's what I'm getting intuitively. we're just kind of getting thrown into the unknown in life, and it's because there's certain lessons we need to learn. There is certain realizations, certain things that are needing to happen to come to the light so that we can see it. And in that space, it's very uncomfortable for you, Virgo, because you are so used to being on point, knowing what's happening, what's coming into your life, right? You're always used to having a say, having some type of control, being in the know, being aware, being ahead of the game. But with this, it's like you don't know. You're in a space where you're just kind of dealing with things like in the present. You're having to be like super present. You're having to be super engaged. And that could be very uncomfortable for a lot of you because you're in the unknown. You're in the dark. You're in that hermit phase. The hermit has the light and they're walking through the dark, and the light can only guide their the path in front of them, not far ahead. So for a lot of Virgos, you could not know what's ahead for you. So you're just in the moment, and that's where spirit wants you because that's where the lessons are. It's very uncomfortable. It's very don't doubt yourself though. It's very uncomfortable, but this is your thing. You are used to this hermit energy. It's just that you're also not used to not knowing what's ahead. So you being in this hermit mode will bring some clarity to you perhaps, but in the past you were very much so kind of in a different space. In the present moment, we have the Seven of Pentacles. A lot of you are working hard, a lot of you are persevering, and you're being very diligent through this time, which is very helpful for you. So even though you have moments of conflict and self-doubt and just being cloudy overall, it's like you're not allowing that to like rule over you completely. You know how to take yourself into a better space. So that could be happening for a lot of you as well. Very diligent, very much so persevering. You got the Hangman in the upright. So there is a release. You're kind of knowing that you are being put in the dark for a reason. You know that there's something you need to learn in this space. You are being like held up by your leg. You are being suspended in time. There might be a lot that you may be manifesting or trying to call into you, but you are in a receptive mode. You are to be receptive right now, Virgo. There's not a lot you can do. You might have some quick decisions you need to make about something. Understandable. But you're definitely in a space where you feel like you need to sacrifice a lot and you need to release your control of things. And you'll see why pretty soon, why you're in that space, Virgo. That's what I'm getting. Let's see what else comes out for you guys, Virgo. I really want to see what's happening here because, to be honest, I feel definitely in this Hangman energy. Like usually I can see clear to the future, and I can with a lot of things. But I've definitely had a lot of moments of confused energy, or just like where spirit is literally not showing me the future. It's not showing me what I want to see. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you're being blinded for a reason. And usually when this happens, like in the moment, I'll feel super like, I don't know, I'll feel like the Hangman. I'll feel suspended, stuck. But then it's also like, I'm always grateful for whatever happens. So even though I'm uncomfortable in this space, I always have to kind of remind myself, does spirit ever lead you astray? Hell no. Every time you're in this space and then you come out of it, something like brilliant happens and you're grateful that you went through it. So yeah, there's going to be a subversive energy, some type of in the present where you're being kind of like rebellious, Virgo. Maybe there's something you usually do that you do a lot, and you're going kind of the opposite of yourself or the opposite of your schedule. You're just not doing what's expected of you at this time, and that's because you are kind of going through some you time. You don't always have to answer to others, and you're kind of in an energy where I think what spirit really wants you to do, Virgo, is kind of be selfish at this time. Think about you, spend time in your energy, examine yourself, journal, whatever it is that you do, Virgo, that like literally enlightens you about your inner thoughts, how you feel inside. Just pay a lot of attention to yourself, spend a lot of time with yourself, nurture yourself. Use this as a time instead of sitting around and just like completely being confused. Try to like pamper yourself. Yeah, the Empress card. Yeah, just what I was saying. Spend this time literally not only reflecting and using your intuition, going inside, observing your inside, your thoughts, your emotions as they come up. you're gonna do that anyways because you're in hermit mode. But use this time to really just like renew your home, renew your business, renew yourself, refresh things. Take time. If there's things happening in your life, Virgo, this is the biggest piece of advice, and this is advice that I'm also talking to myself, just saying. If you're dealing with someone, people, places, things that are not making you happy, like you feel like these people are not. Wow, that's so crazy because I have a jewelry box over here, right? Damn, that's crazy. I never take this necklace out. I never wear this necklace because it's not real, and it's just not good quality. So the color like changes, but it was a gift. It says Virgo on it, and it's just hanging out the box, like perfectly flipped to the Virgo side. I think that's very interesting because I feel like this is kind of like a message to let us Virgos know that it's like okay to focus on yourself, tend to your own garden, Virgo. Pay attention to yourself. There might be a lot of people pulling for you for your attention. People could be trying to manipulate you for your attention. I'm not saying to be afraid or be like have trust issues or nothing like that. It's just make sure that you're putting yourself first constantly and doing things that make you happy and not being kind of tricked out of your own energy. Make sure that you just put yourself first. Make sure your cup is full. Tend to your garden. Take care of yourself. I think that's so crazy. I don't know how that necklace came out of there. Like, I really don't. I haven't worn it. I haven't taken it out. I forgot that it was even in there for a second. All right. Give us 2 more cards for the future energy, Gray Spirit, please. Wow, Virgo. It's making a lot of sense to me. So I really hope that I'm explaining everything in a very clear way. I really hope that. A lot of cards are coming out in a reverse, which I think is super interesting. But like I said, Virgo, I think that a lot of you guys are just like literally on the opposite or where you usually are. You're usually super abundant, manifesting things super fast, knowing what's going on, ahead of the game, making lots of money, making lots of improvement and expansion. You just expanded a lot, Virgo. If you think about it, you just expanded so much. You expand so quickly. So your hermit phase and that hermit period that you go through, it's like integral to it's super necessary to your path. It's like you need it. You need to chill out. You may think of it and look at it as like this lack of commitment, greediness, or laziness, but that's not it. Just make sure that when you're in this hermit phase, just take it as time to really focus on yourself. Do not squander it away and give the time away to someone else. I know you guys are going to be tempted to do that. You probably have a lot of people. Your energy and your expansion could have probably attracted a lot of people to like hit on you, want to be around you, work with you. Partner up. I'm not saying not to partner up with people. I just saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So don't squander it away. That's what I'm hearing. If you have time to be in hermit mode, it's for you to get your ducks in a row and to literally like renew your energy in your space. I was gonna say something, but I don't want to. I'm gonna say this because I feel like it's for somebody. Sometimes I'm in this energy or this space where as soon as I like tweak my energy to where I'm back on track and I'm feeling my best and I'm like, okay, I'm focused on me, like I know what I'm gonna do, when I'm coming out of that confusion mode, that cloudiness because I'm needing to observe myself, it seems like everybody hits me up. That guy who puts me at the last on his list, so that guy who says he likes you, but then he like puts you at the end of his goddamn to-do list. All the girls who never talk to you unless they got drama. Just all these people start. It's like it's immediate, and I know that it's always spirit showing me like I'm trying to show you that every time you switch into the right gear, you see what comes your way. Do you see what comes your way? Bullshit. So pay attention to bullshit, because when you are confused and you're sitting around confused and not knowing what's going on and you're not feeling exactly your best because you are probably just off track or clouded or whatever, no one's around and there's no one, really loving, it's just like this energy of like no one's around to distract you, but as soon as you get on track, you're distracted. And then the distractions are not even like the best kind of thing, I feel like somebody gonna get me who knows what I'm talking about. So just make sure that you spend time in Empress mode so that you don't come out of your hermit time in the future with this like energy of greediness, lack of commitment, laziness, like stay on your P's and Q's, even in your hermit phase. Like use it as a time to, you know, take care of things. You got the 9 of Wands here in the reverse. I wanted this to be like 15 minutes, but it might be a little longer. I really need to meditate. So we got the 9 of Wands here in the reverse. There is an exhaustion and a fatigue, and you're going to be questioning your motives if you allow yourself to be in this. Like, I feel like a lot of you are going to end up in this like energy where you're lacking commitment towards what you want to do, you know, just being greedy, being lazy, all of that. And it's going to cause you to feel super fatigued, super exhausted, like questioning what you're doing and what you're doing it for. So something is going to tempt you and confuse you, Virgos, in the future. Or it's just going to be something that's going to come through as like temptation. And try to avoid that at all costs, because, you know, you don't want to be in that space. And if you end up being in that space, there's a big lesson that you need to learn because of it. So don't beat yourself up. Just know it'll most likely be a lesson in putting yourself first. So some of you will skip that lesson, but some of you will have to learn it the hard way. Damn, we'll have to learn the hard way. Okay, let's get one more piece of advice for Spirit. One more. Yeah, I'm feeling heavily that is so true. Like there's going to be something really trying to like tempting you to kind of throw you off your game. Take risks, Virgo, take risks, but you know, allow yourself to, you know, do what you feel like you need to do, but don't let anything like squander anything away that you worked hard for. Like don't sacrifice yourself. I feel like a lot of you are kind of in this, you know, but I feel like also it's a reason you're going through this, Virgo, because you did get the Hangman, and when you're in the Hangman position, you do kind of like sacrifice yourself in a way in relationships, because it's almost like there's something you need to learn, and like by being like, how can I say this? Basically, taking the risk of offering yourself to someone when you need yourself, there's usually a lesson in that. I feel like there's something Spirit really wants to teach you in that space, Virgo. You know, who's worth your time maybe, and what's worth your time. That's just what I'm getting. I really hope this helps someone, because this is coming out kind of mucky, but I feel like Spirit wants me to do this. That's the only reason I'm even doing a reading tonight, is because I felt inspired to. I just felt like Spirit is like, do this, because what you're saying is going to like get to someone who needs it. Otherwise, I would have like took today off, because I really need to like, that's that Hangman energy. That's so crazy, because that's exactly what I was just saying. Like you spend time it's like Spirit is trying to teach someone something through my like Hangman energy, through my confusion. And I feel like so many of you can probably relate to this right now, where you're like, what the fuck is going on? I just felt like I was so on top of my game. Then this thing or this, you know, person came into my life, and now I feel confused. Now I feel clouded. It's because you need to learn something in that space. For advice, we got the 6 of Cups coming out first. There's some type of healing, familiar, happy memory type of vibe that's coming into your life, Virgo. I feel like Spirit wants you, it might be conflicts related to this thing, but Spirit wants you to like work hard, you know, and be diligent and persevere. But it's almost like, okay, Spirit, give me something. There's a conflict. There's something coming into your life, Virgo. I feel like for a lot of you, there's something coming into your life, and you're meant to like work hard on it, or it's something that has come up, and it's like you have to kind of like work hard to like gain clarity or learn something from it, but it's gonna heal you. It's like a conflict that's coming from your past, something that's re-entering your life with the 7 of Pentacles here, and it feels like a distraction, but you need to like persevere through it, because there's healing coming out of this, and there's gonna be a decision that you need to make. Just know, Virgo, choose wisely, because in this middle row, like you are totally in the dark when it comes to like seeing what's happening for yourself, and the decision you're gonna have to make is going to have a lot to do, I think, with you sacrificing yourself. I feel like you're going to have to make a decision to say, okay, is this thing worth me sewing myself into it? So it might be a relationship, a job, a person. Spirit wants you to really take time and think about, okay, this thing may feel good or this thing may have happy memories or whatever, but is it really worth me pouring my time into, Virgo? That's what I'm getting. I'm feeling like this is a really on point, really good reading, because Spirit is really just like telling me, go for it, go for it, go for it. Yes. So I'm feeling like, yeah, there's going to be a decision you have to make, Virgo. Or something come into your life for a reason right now during this time of you feeling clouded, and you're going to have to decide, is it worth your time? Is it worth your energy? Is it worth your effort? If this thing, one thing I just heard from Spirit, if this thing makes you feel like you're lacking commitment, if this thing causes you to lack commitment, be greedy, be lazy in any way, just know you might not want to choose it. I'm just saying, if this thing makes you feel exhausted, fatigued, if it makes you question yourself, question your motives, is it just think, is it worth it? Is it worth it? That's what I'm getting. Question that. It might be familiar to you. It may be a happy memory. It may feel healing. Maybe there's something about it that is healing. Maybe you choosing not to choose this thing is what the healing is. It's almost like, I feel like Spirit is saying, are you going to choose to be an empress? Or are you going to choose to be the opposite? This thing that you may choose could throw you completely off your game, and that'll show you if you've healed from the conflict of the past or not. So I think I feel like that's what it is, guys. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, that's what I'm getting. Last piece of advice, we have the Ten of Wands in reverse. You feel like you have the inability to delegate. You feel stressed, Virgo. You probably feel burnt out. Understand that. Pay attention to that feeling. Okay? Pay attention to that. The wheel is in reverse in this row. The Hierophant is in reverse in this row. The Nine of Wands is in reverse in this row. I think it's interesting that the Ten of Wands came out on top of it for advice. You feel exhausted. You're doing the opposite of what you usually do. You have no control in this situation. Do you want to surrender yourself to that energy? If there's a choice that you're needing to make on whether to let this thing that came into your life or whatever has come into your life at this time or whatever's going on, you have to decide, do you want to make choices in this space or not? I just saw 2222. Think about it. I'm really hearing from Spirit. Spirit wants you, Virgo, to really pay attention to yourself. It's probably super hard for you to focus right now. It's probably really hard for you to be balanced and see things clearly, but there's a reason for that. It's almost like, what choices will you make in this space of confusion, in this space of being in the hangman position, in this space of not really being connected to your higher self to where you can really see clearly. If there's something you're dealing with that confuses you, I feel like you're getting torn away from yourself. You're the Empress energy. So that's what I have for you, Virgos. I send you guys so much like healing energy, clarity. Don't forget to, just like lean on your guides. They're always there in the spiritual realm. Lean on those you truly trust, and just really tap into yourself. Try your best to meditate. Try your best to like eat the best foods. Tend to your house. Cleanse your space. Just try to really remember how far you've come, and really question what's worth the risk and what's not. Learn your lessons, but don't just choose wisely when you're making decisions. That's all I have for you, Virgos. I love you so much. See you in the next one. Like, comment, share, subscribe. It helps our channel like you would not believe. See you next time. Peace.